Chilling in the garden where the green leaves grow. Catch a vibe so smooth, feel the peace overflow. From the mountains to the sea, take a token, feel free. In the cannabis and network, that's where happiness be. Blazing trails with friends, dancing in the twilight. Smoke rings right high under the pale moonlight. Every puff a new story, feel the world align. In the cannabis and network, let your spirit shine. Come on, join the crew where the good times flow. In the cannabis and network, we all take it slow. Feel the rhythm of the beat, feel the love and glow. In the cannabis and network, let your worries go. From the desert to the snow, we light up the days. Laughing in the moment, letting stress fade away. Cannabis connect the bonds we create. In the cannabis and network, we elevate. Leaves of green bring scenes serene. Life becomes a colorful dream. Inhale the peace, exhale the strife. Cannabis and network, give me life. Come on, join the crew where the good times flow. In the cannabis and network, we all take it slow. Feel the rhythm of the beat, feel the love and glow. In the cannabis and network, let your worries go.
Hello.
Jared,
Howdy,
howdy.
howdy.
I got
Howdy, buddy.
So Joey from the Bronx says he's a little tired. He had a long day with the grandkids.
Oh yeah.
So he's laying back, gonna maybe hit in the chat.
Look what we got in.
All I see is your frozen head facing the other way.
Jericho says we're frozen there.
Summer Seas froze up.
I don't see it.
On YouTube and on Streamyard is your head frozen the other way still.
Yep.
Oh.
Or is that your new profile pic?
Now I see your still same thing.
Same thing.
So Fishing Gold was doing some fishing and getting some gold with some lady somewhere in a No Tell 'em Creek and getting some lake somewhere in Washington.
Absolutely. Went out to some fishing, not with a lady actually, with a buddy of mine.
Oh, you sent me a picture of a lady.
Picture of a lady. Oh no, that was a friend of mine. Pam lives out there. Yeah. But
I don't know. It looked like a lady to me.
Yeah. No, the one I was going fishing with was my buddy Peter. Peter's a volunteer caregiver, and he's been a friend of mine since 2016. So not for nothing, he helps me out around the place and whatnot. And so this year, when I took my annual fishing trip, I took him with me because, gosh darn, I found out he'd never caught a fish before. Man's 43 years old, never caught a fish.
Can't have that.
I can't have that. Not in my life. No, brother, you got to come fishing. So I took him out and he caught his first fish. Caught the every time we went out, he inevitably caught the biggest fish in the boat. You know, and I inevitably caught the smallest one. You know, but the smallest trout was 14 inches.
That ain't bad.
That's not bad. Yeah.
No, hell no. That's a good little fighter.
Yeah, those are good fish. It's in a really natural lake out there in eastern part of the state. It's a mineral water lake. The fish are just absolutely abundant year round, but you can only fish during certain parts of the year. You know, there's a well-managed fishery.
What do you use to fish for them with?
Yeah.
What do you use to fish for them with?
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
What's your bait?
What's your bait?
Oh, I was trolling with wedding rings with a bit of worm on the end of it. And I was also casting out number 6 Panther Martins. Yeah, and also 16th ounce rooster tails in Tiger Glow. Yeah, and those were all just absolutely chewing them up. Chewing them up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Trav said he wanted to stop by. He says he's glad to see I'm doing better. So basically, what had happened or what they had determined after a lot of blood tests and a lot of assorted other insanities, for the next 10 days, I'm getting 1 1 1/3 times the amount of my normal seizure meds. And then for the next 30 days, they're going to be doing double the amount of seizure meds to see if that maintains a better flow. I mean, I guess what would you say is your opinion?
Are you asking me?
Well, both of you.
Honestly, you've been doing better since they've upped your dosage. You've stopped having pseudo seizures.
I thought you were doing good until you had that
A
one
lot more mobile.
last Tuesday.
Huh?
I thought you were doing better. I've been asking you how everything was going, and you said everything was good up
He was
until last
lying to
Tuesday.
us, Kyle. He wasn't telling us the whole truth.
Well, some people tend not to let you know what's going on with them. I can relate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really cry about shit, so I know what it's like. It's what I got to deal with it. It's my shit. I'm gonna deal with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is what it is. There's nothing. If there's nothing anybody can do, I don't know.
Wait a minute. You're raised with common sense and accountability?
Right?
Yeah, I'm from the South. We don't tolerate much other. And we
Right?
tolerate a lot of idiocracy because I'm telling you now, none of us got any decent damn sense.
Yeah.
But damn it, we were raised with manners and respect for others. If
And
nothing
then
else, if you didn't learn nothing else, just use your damn manners and be respectful to everybody else.
Right.
And anything else that pops up other than that, if you did those two things, well, they asked for it. So
Yeah.
they're bad.
Yeah.
Trav, I know I'd asked Joe to talk to you about some other stuff that I got going on, and we'll keep you appraised of those numbers. We got an appointment coming up. I called today, and we're waiting for
Waiting for appointment to get back.
DB. I don't know how to make it come up with this. How do I do it? Once I get regulated, then I get to seek my treatment. But they have to regulate my seizures before I can seek my other treatment. Will do. But I've got a plethora of people now making sure, like clockwork, I'm taking my meds and they're calorie counting and making sure I'm getting my fucking assorted calories. I was not eating correctly and not taking care of myself correctly. I fibbed. So now, yeah. But
You on point now.
I agreed. Yeah. So now I agreed to go in and do the other stuff. But like Joe said, think positively, and we're gonna do part 2 of the adventure. And when we do part 2, I think with the 250th anniversary of the United States of America, I think that I would like to start part 2 around that time. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Part 2 of the Eastern tour.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
And we won't be going as long.
Scrumpers up there chilling.
So get this.
Maybe spend a little less time in the car might help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like not quite so intense on the drive times.
Yeah.
Stop and take it easy. Take it a little more easier.
Get this, Billy. I got a buddy of mine with his medical license who's going to grow some plants, right?
Yep.
I was just seeing him in Eastern Washington where they grow the good stuff. You know, they get plenty of sun and everything's great, and you just get full harvests and of good outdoor. You know, I go to see him and everything's wonderful. The day after I leave, they have a wildfire in his backyard.
Oh wow.
Oh man.
It came within 100 yards of the grow.
Damn.
Oh, man.
We barely missed it, man.
Still gonna smell a little like smoke, won't it?
No, it's still in
Too
veg.
early.
Still in veg.
Too early?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
look
yeah.
at this.
Look at there.
Get up on there close, Steve.
Nice, Steve.
That's on the camera.
Yeah.
Zoom in, pinch on the screen.
Well, there ain't nothing. There ain't no buds yet to see. It's all still veg.
Yeah, there's no bud there yet.
No, it's all in veg.
Hey, she looks
Still
healthy
pretty.
though. She's bushy and happy. She's bushy.
That was a clone that we got, what, 2 weeks ago?
419.
On the 19th.
Yeah.
When I got her, she was probably, what, about 6 inches tall?
Yep.
He's not going nowhere. He's chilling.
Oh, shit. Why would they put in the fridge? The puppies.
Steve, if you were in Florida, you would have an alligator for a fucking pet.
I want an alligator. That's the
Steve,
only
be like, that's me
creature I'll
pet
get.
gator.
I will let you know there is a huge event getting ready to take place. Travel, yeah. She messaged me and she wants to do an interview.
Hey, Hoodbit, I just wanted to call out real quick to Andy Cowley. Came on the chat. First time.
What's up, Andy?
It looks like it's the first time he's been here.
Nice.
Welcome in.
The baby possum we actually rescued from some dogs. Crystal's best friend called us early morning as she was getting ready for work, and we had to rescue him from our dog.
Oh, no.
And he's been with us ever since. He's getting
Now,
big.
most people would have just turned it loose into the wild, Steve.
And what'd you guys think of that bench?
He was too little.
He was too
Well,
little.
that bench
Where,
is beautiful.
where was his mama at?
I'd be afraid to sit
I
on
don't
a
know.
stained glass bench
I
like
would
that.
want to. Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah.
sit on it. But
I'd be like, my fat
Yeah,
ass is gonna break that.
He wouldn't have made it then. Yeah, you definitely saved his ass.
Oh, he had sores on him from the dog.
Whose dog was it?
Andy's.
You said it killed a couple other ones, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So there used to be a mink farm out near where I used to live, up by Stevens Pass. And one day the Animal Liberation Front organization came in the middle of the night, and they let all the mink loose. 20,000 mink they let loose, and the mink took off and ran out on the highways and got squished all over the place. The whole town smelled like death because of the dead mink. Then the mink started getting into people's chicken coops, killing all the chickens, eating one of them, but killing all of them, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. But
So that's a true story.
true story.
I thought you were going. I thought this was a joke that you were going into.
No.
That you were just leading us all into, and then waiting for you at any moment, like you normally do, to just come out with a punchline that lets us know that we were all into this story.
No, not this time. No. Here's that little. Is that a boy or a girl possum? Do you know?
It's a male.
It's a male. There you go, little fella. Look at that little fella. Surprised you didn't have that little tail wrapped around your arm.
I'm surprised he didn't wrap it in tail too.
Yeah.
Steve, is that possum stone?
So
I
what?
think so.
I said, is that possum stone?
Good to see some of the gold people here. 403 Prospector and Alaska Gold Hunter. I did a little prospecting up there near Oroville, Washington. Gold City.
Yes, you can, DB or DDUG.
I got baked in front of the White House. That was pretty awesome. I was supposed to do it with Mr. I Grow Fire, but it was his mama's birthday party, so he didn't get to join us.
Yeah, I got through on me 2 days before, literally like 2 nights before I was supposed to leave. They decided to put a surprise birthday party together for her, so there was no missing that.
Alaska. That's exactly where it was. That is exactly where it was, man. Miners Flat is where it was. That's wicked that you know about that. It's exactly the river I was in. That's too funny. I
Cole,
found
are you way north in Washington, Cole?
No. I just go up there to recreate up in northeast Washington.
Yeah.
But yeah, because it's absolutely beautiful up there in the Okanagan Valley.
Yeah.
It's like it's Canada's only desert, the Okanagan Desert, up the Soyuz Desert they have, whatever they call it up there. But yeah, it's just a beautiful area. I have a friend that grows scallions, garlic and onions and all that good stuff.
What the hell is that, Jericho?
Oh, that looks like some wax.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I got some crumble, but it don't look
I
like
gotta
that.
touch myself.
Steve,
Yo,
your drone batteries charged for Saturday?
I can charge them.
Okay, because we're gonna go down and do them commercials.
Why do Crystal's
All right.
She's gonna do Crystal's hair for her birthday.
Good thing I just washed it then. Oh, I'm
It's gonna take a couple hours, so we'll be able to do all four.
Well, you pick it. Oh, depending on what they.
What time do they open?
Shake it out in your hand. There should be enough maybe to get it.
No, I'm saying early. Steven,
Yo,
early.
how early?
Like as early as you get up, go get our coffee, do the droning.
Oh, you talking about Saturday?
Yeah,
Okay.
do the droning before the sun fucks with the camera footage over the parking area, the storefront, and then go back in and pester the shit out of the store owners before all the crackheads go in. Did they open the new store in Eaton?
I don't know. I hadn't been out and eating. Thing with the drone batteries, though, if you don't use them, they slowly deplete.
Oh boy. I mean, you need to use your drone more, man. Get out there and make some content.
We just used it 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
And
That's
Or no, He was going to use it, but there was 60-mile-an-hour gusts.
Oh, that's no good.
Yeah, that can be difficult.
Yeah, they could put a wrench in the cogs.
DB says it looks like Jessica is glad to be home.
I'm actually cooking a
Yeah.
healthy meal.
Looks like you're glad to be home.
She's actually cooking a healthy meal.
Plenty of veggies.
I'm envious. You guys have gas. I have to cook on electric.
Oh.
I do not like cooking on electric ranges. I worked in kitchens for 20 years, and they were always gas. And gas is much more efficient, and it's instant heat and instant cool. You know,
Yeah.
you can't do that with electric.
Alaska Gold Hunter said it's weird that they do that. It's that for a couple months and they drained. What's running them to make them drained?
They are smart batteries.
They're smart batteries, and it may wouldn't it be the balance, the gimbal?
No, the smart batteries. They're made to slow trickle down. Unfortunately, this was not so smart.
Apparently, this one's not so smart.
We all know somebody like that.
You'll never believe what I found today. I found a brand of water that only costs 99 cents a bottle. For the same size bottle of smart water, I was paying $1.79. That's when I figured out the smart water ain't working. I'm going with this from now on.
It ain't helping none.
It ain't helping me none.
You know, we technically could probably sue him for that.
I'm thinking.
I mean, the guy sued Red Bull because it didn't give him wings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a guy that actually tried to sue Red Bull because he said he expected to get wings from drinking it.
Darn
So,
it. Yeah.
that ain't my preferred way of getting anything to be honest.
Yeah.
So,
Alaska Gold Hunter said he tried to feed you, but didn't feel like he was there.
Yeah, it was great being over there in Eastern Washington to see all the orchards and the fields and the Columbia Valley. The Columbia River is one of the biggest rivers in the country, you know. Right now, Drano Lake is full of spring Chinook salmon. People are fishing those while I was there. It's just a absolutely beautiful, beautiful area. They still are using the big. Do any of you guys ever go through any agricultural land in the States? Maybe you do, Kyle. You ever go through any of those areas where there's those great big round bales of hay out in the fields? Have you seen it? Yeah.
I think
Horse
A
hay.
farmer told me that due to a law from the previous administration, they're going to be illegal starting in 2026. Those big round bales. You cannot use those any longer. Yeah, they discovered that the animals weren't getting a square meal.
once again, there you go.
See, I like to fish. I throw that line out there.
There you go.
Lure.
I enjoy your antics. I love a good bullshitter.
Right?
One of my uncles, he was the best. Whenever he'd see you, he'd tell you, come on in here. We're going to see who can tell the biggest lie.
Yep.
And he'd start laying it on too.
What'd you hear about let me tell you a story, little Jimmy joke then. Little Jimmy, he had a little problem at school. He told such big stories that it was embarrassing to listen to. And the teacher didn't know what to do with him. So she went to the principal. She said, what should I do with little Jimmy? And the principal says, well, here's what you do. The next time Jimmy comes in and tells a big whopper, you have him come down to me and I'll tell him an even bigger story. He'll see how silly it sounds and he'll knock it off. Teacher says, okay, I'll do that. Well, the very next day, little Jimmy shows up half an hour late for school. Teacher says, Jimmy, why are you late? Jimmy says, well, teacher, I was early to come into school, about half hour, but on my way to school, I found a little piece of plate string about that long. And I found a paper clip, and I bent the paper clip into a hook. The next thing you know, I had a worm, and I threw that little hook and line out there, and, well, I caught a 250-pound king salmon. And by the time I fought that king salmon up and down the ditch of water that I was next to, and I drug it home, and Mom and I cleaned it and put it in the freezer. Here I am late. Teacher says, Jimmy, that's the worst story I've ever heard. I want you to go down and tell the principal that story. So little Jimmy goes down to the principal's office, and he tells the principal the story in its entirety. And the principal looks at him and says, Jimmy, I can understand you being late. He says, I was late myself this morning. He says, the only difference was, though, I was walking to the school as well, and I was cutting across the park in the middle of town when from behind a little tiny bush came a 2,000-pound Kodiak bear. And this bear was going to kill me, but the only thing that saved me was this little teeny tiny rescue possum from Steve's house. I think it was from Steve. I don't know where it was from, but this little teeny tiny possum came running out, grabbed that bear, killed that bear, and that little tiny possum ate that entire bear. Little Jimmy says, as a matter of fact, it's not Steve's possum, that's my possum, and that's the second bear he ate this week. That goes to show you the first liar's always got a chance. Hey, here comes Peter now. The man that caught all the fish.
Go fish.
Go fish, he says.
Oh, it's yours.
Oh, look at
I'll get the mill after. Is that how many minutes is left?
this.
Okay.
I'm not very chitty or chatty. My new medication is kicking my ass.
Good.
Not new, it's just an increased amount.
Yeah.
It's very crazy. What's weird is I detoxed from reefer for 2 days, and then I barely smoked any, and then I took a little tiny bit of an edible, and then I puked my guts out,
Oh, no.
and then I barely smoked any weed. I think it was a Delta 8, Mr. Agro Fire. Somebody gave us a one from the Cincy Cloud Fest, and I ate that motherfucker, and I was like, Ralph. And yeah, it was no bueno. Barely smoked any reefer. And I'm telling you.
I got some of the other edibles from the Cloud Fest.
I ate some of the other ones and they were great. Like from Cosmic, his were fire. But them one octopuses I got, see, I can't do Delta 8. They make me sick. As Mr. Agro Fire can attest, Delta 8 will make me violently ill.
Fuck you up, make you get lost.
Like, terrible.
Mm.
But I did get the most amazing little battery for my vape carts. This little bear thing. It is freaking funny as shit.
That's cool.
You push his nose. I don't know. I think it's funny.
Yeah. I love these little vaporizers they got now. How small that thing is.
That is cool. There is two new pieces that are going to be a part of the Hoodbilly Life live stream that are going to be revealed tonight. very shortly.
Very short.
Very shortly.
Okay.
I don't know what you're doing, please.
Holy
Cole,
shit.
is that a Muhammad's or a MKX?
A what?
Is that an MKX vape?
No, it's a Luca. It's a Luca.
Luca.
It's just a teddy bear battery.
Not you. I was talking about the one Cole's got.
Oh,
That little itty bitty vape he's got.
Oh,
Looks like a
this
bill.
thing right here.
Yeah.
1 gram of oil.
Is that a Muhammad's or is that an MKX?
check this out.
It's rechargeable. And it's disposable.
Is that a Muhammad?
No, I don't know.
They don't have a name on it.
Looks just like Muhammad disposable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
MKX.
this came from the Indian reservation. Oh no! This came from Gold Bar, Washington.
You
The
get those?
dispenser out in Gold Bar.
Put those down.
Been there forever. And yeah,
Okay.
so they gave me a quite the discount on it. Normally $45. With my veterans discount and the daily special being vapes, I got a total of 35% off my bill. So it was only $22.50.
These were downstairs.
Hell yeah. For a 2
Yeah.
gram?
1 gram, yeah, a full gram.
It's like $10 in Michigan.
Yeah.
See, I got a MKX like that. Mine's a 2 grammer.
Okay. I would like to get so you hold me.
Yeah.
So,
It's got a good smooth oil in it.
Any
mine's
idea?
apple fritter. That's what you need to find, Steve.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Y'all need to find some good apple fritters. Some of the best apple fritter that I've seen come out of Colorado.
Yeah.
But if you got people in that area that you know that are breeders or growers, they would know who I'm talking about whenever you mention the name.
Yeah.
You just got to say apple fritter, and they know most of your Colorado growers. They'll know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. I went and looked at some property that somebody's interested in growing on, but in Eastern Washington. But the problem they have there is they have too much elevation. For crying out loud, the snow just got done melting at that property. You know.
See, now we never put plants out cold till right there at the very end of May or the 1st of June. Or something.
Yeah.
We never put plants out
Well,
in the spring.
Well, no, the problem is they've only got till September to get to grow. Beginning of October, it's snowing up there, man.
You get the trash, everybody?
So they don't have enough time to flower to finish. Because outdoor, you need 10, 12 weeks to flower most of the time. It's
Absolutely.
usually out of flower.
Did you both want garlic? Okay.
Start them indoors.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, fellas. Hi.
Good, boo.
Hi, how you doing?
Getting ready to eat because we're running behind schedule, but that's okay. How you doing?
Got healthy food though.
But it's healthy food.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Crystal to work early in the morning because she's got physical therapy before she clocks in for work. Drop her off, and I've got some yards to go do.
Y'all been getting a bunch of rain up there, Steve?
Yes.
Like
I seen.
the Mississippi River is at the banks on the road.
Wow.
Wow.
It's it's been like 3 days since it's rained, but the rivers are still way up here.
See, we've got like an early summer going on up here in the Northwest, in the Pacific Northwest.
It's been dry as a damn popcorn fart out here where I'm at.
Yeah.
We've
Oh, yeah.
not been getting.
I've cut some jungles the last couple days.
Hell, I've had to put water on my damn boosters at least twice.
Mine doesn't have the curry.
I cut 2 of them today. The grass was up to my waist.
That much space.
Wow.
I don't have too much to do. When I'm on both puzzle.
Yeah, the lake I was at that I go to, it was up a good 12, 14 inches from where it was last year. The water level. So that was good.
Oh, here.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know if there's any more left on there. This one? I can tell.
I have to come look at it.
The whole bunch left on there.
It could be that car. It could be a distributor too.
Okay, it's uncool.
And what did they?
Yes, the pressure. Oh, I see.
I'm saying that car could have a distributor instead of a. Well, I don't know. Is it an older car?
Jericho, you got a booger?
He does.
A booger? Mm-hmm.
A booger.
So our videos are a few days delayed because I was laid up in the hospital. Oh, so we were going to go refill some medications at the Walgreens. There was an active shooter. So we decided to not go to the Walgreens to refill the medications.
But you can still get your medications.
But tomorrow when we go, I can go get my medications.
Well then.
Wild out there.
Gotta love the hood.
Right?
My brother's coach of a baseball team here in town, and they're actually in the state playoffs right now. And we were out there last week. That's why I was late getting there last Tuesday or Tuesday night. And it's just, I don't live in that kind of area. Like, we don't have that kind of shit going on. Like, I mean, first off, if you started to act stupid, most everybody in the stands, we all pack heat. So it's generally probably not wise to start up any kind of stuff like that around here. You know what I mean? Because everybody carries. Even the women carry. But we don't deal with that shit here, man. That's like, I hear, Steve, I hear stuff you say about, where y'all live and Jericho, where all he's been. And it's just, I mean, yeah, we got bad areas. You go down here in Charlotte, I can take you to some places, and even up the road in Statesville, I can take you to places where, depending on the shade of your skin, it kind of dictates whether or not you're welcome there.
Oh yeah, go to Coleman, Alabama.
And any time that I've ever had to go in them areas, I'm gonna tell you right now, I pack more heat than hell. I ain't playing when I go in them kind of areas. I don't start no trouble with nobody, but you sure as hell ain't gonna start no trouble with me. I fully support that. That's like there's a bunch of stuff going on, just it's crazy. But we don't see that here.
Well, so like when we were in DC, we had three on our adventures. We had 3 different incidences where it's like and Kyle and I had this conversation, and I've had this conversation with a lot of different people. I tell people all the time, I said, a lot of people confuse. I have a doggy behind me hoping I drop something. I do. When you're out, people confuse tourists. Sometimes they think the average old tourist that looks like me is a every old day sucker, and that they can take advantage of them. And they don't understand, like he was trying to get me with the old BD, and I was like, hey, check it out. Let me tell you something here. You got $5. Let me give $5. Check it out. We're gonna go down here and talk around this corner, and have a little conversation. And I all gift gabbed him, and ended up having a conversation with him. Gave him some free weed. got him to subscribe to the channel, and got to talking to him. And then when we were in DC, this old black fella was getting loud with me, and he was getting disrespectful. And poor Jessica was standing there, and I was like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, he was like, Black Lives Matter. I was like, no, man, all lives matter, or no lives matter. You know, like, he was getting disrespectful, and I was like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, don't tell me my life don't matter. Shut the fuck up. Mm-hmm. And I was like, don't pull your dick out and try to measure, because you ain't gonna win. And at the end of it, I'm sitting at dude's table with my feet up, getting high with him. And like when I went, I had to go find her, because like she's like, and like sometimes you just have to let people know you can't talk to somebody just any old motherfucking way. Yeah. And like, I ain't no punk. Like, and I told him, like, he said he's never experienced somebody like me come up to somebody like, he's from Compton. He said he's never experienced somebody like me just come up to him and be like, listen, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to, but that's not how it is. Like, you know, your movement is what it is. All lives matter. Everybody's life matters. Absolutely. You know, fuck the police, fuck the system. And that's what it's about. It's about one love. And I said, I'm here to talk about Free the Weed Man. And I got a video coming out where something that's important to me. How can all these big companies make billions and billions of dollars making all this money while my friends and people I know that I went to school with, that you went to school with, that he went to school with, are still in jail, still in prison for nonviolent shit, you know, that just for weed. It doesn't make sense to me. Yep. And I think that it's something that I really want to push, and I want to focus on, and I want to talk to the other brands that we work with. And I think it's something that I want to focus on in the long run.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's one of the things. There's a lot of people that, you know, that those people, I mean, if you're a nonviolent offender for some weed charges, there's plenty of people in this world that are a threat that should be in there versus them. You know, we ain't got room to keep pedophiles in there, but we'll keep a guy in there that's in there as a nonviolent offender. You know, for weed. I mean, really, if you're a nonviolent offender, I don't understand, unless you're actively like scamming or stealing from people to a certain extent to where you're making them pray, you shouldn't be in that kind of jail.
20 years for 29 grams, but you only get weekends for you know, messing with some chitlins.
Yeah, that's horrendous.
You can talk to the people.
I was gonna say something, but it was one of those where I had to be my own HR brand manager.
Oh, she wanted to talk about putting she wanted to say there's a wood chipper down the road where you can put a child molester through the wood chipper,
and then there'd be plenty of space for him.
That's right.
We lost him.
He tripped.
No toleration for anybody that preys on children. Period.
Time is it?
8:46.
Road, and that was it.
DB said free white boy Rick.
You know, ain't it a shame people lost great periods of their life over a plant that grows on every continent except one?
Yeah. Yeah, look at George Young.
Outlaw Nation, what's up?
Well, I mean, George Young was a whole nother stack of flapjacks. Yeah, I mean, he done brought in 85% of the powder through the 80s.
Yeah.
I'm not saying nothing bad against, I don't judge. Just because I don't do it, don't mean that I judge. But There's plenty of people that lost their life to cocaine and screwed up their life and detrimentally affected everyone else around them.
I'm
But
just
there's
talking
very
about
few people
weed.
that ruin their life over weed.
Yeah, and I'm just talking about weed. Like, you know, how do you outlaw a plant?
I'm not saying we all didn't have a little fun doing a little toot back in the damn day when we were young and in college, because we sure as hell.
Well, I was referring
to.
He got to start from being locked up on weed charges.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in his defense, I mean, he did have an RV full. It ain't like he was toting personal.
Hey, go big or go home.
You can't claim personal use when you're toting 100 and some kilos of. You know,
hey, listen.
I'd love to say you could. I wish we lived in a world where you could do that. But I mean, at some point, you're just kind of like, yeah.
If you're going to get 100 years for this, you might as well get 100 years for that, right?
I mean, he didn't get that much time when he got caught with that whole RV. You know what I mean? Like, he was out, what, 5-6 years?
I just had 3 people $125.
The first time?
I think it's actually under 20, but
I'm not sure how long he did it first time.
Yeah, he was. I don't think he was in there that long. It might have been close to 10 years. Because he was on the run.
You know, they say the only people ever been killed by marijuana were killed by the police.
Yep.
That's the truth.
You know?
I got called to jury duty 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And when I was sitting in there and they called me and were giving me the rundown on what the case was going to be. And it was this black guy, probably, you know, maybe 5-10 years younger than me. But he had a speeding ticket and trying to evade the police, possession of marijuana, possession of paraphernalia.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, before we get started, they made us aware of the charges. Is there any kind of reasons why you would be conflicted with anything to do with this case?
Yeah.
That would render you from making a decision unbiasedly, or, you know. And I raised my hand and I was like, yeah, that'd be me. They were like, well, what's your problem with this case? I was like, well, first off, I own cannabis companies.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, you're a hemp farmer. I said, yeah, but I'm an advocate for, you know, legalization of marijuana.
Yeah.
You know? So I said, I can already tell you from the case that what happened was the man passed the cop's feet. He had a little bit of weed on him. There's no possession of, it was just a possession of 1/4 ounce. And there was nothing. So I was like, he had a blunt in his ashtray.
Yeah.
And the paraphernalia charge came from the wrap that the blunt was wrapped up in.
Yeah.
I said, and I really don't think that that's really anything. I don't see any problem with that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, he was speeding a little bit. You know, yeah, he shouldn't have tried to run.
Cigars are illegal.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, he shouldn't have tried to run from you, but nonetheless,
yours looks spicy.
Yeah, you're stacking all this shit against him when you should just be going after him really for what he really did wrong.
Yeah.
Which is speeding and trying to evade the police.
Yeah.
Now, he didn't go on no wild, you know, but I said I don't agree with it, so I don't really think that.
Are you all done with yours?
The judge just smiled at me. He was like, yeah, okay, well, I appreciate your honesty. I said, well, you asked me to be honest.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel. He was like, well, you're dismissed. So that was how I got out of jury duty.
Yeah.
I got stuck on a weed case, and I told him I didn't believe in that shit.
Midnight leftovers.
Yeah, I get out of it all the time because whenever they ask me, I tell them, oh, well, if he arrested him, he's guilty, right?
Up to Steve.
Well, no, he's assuming it. Well, no, if you arrested him, he must be guilty. Well, you can't go into court with an attitude like that. Well, then you can't use me.
This guy that was in there with us, when they first asked if there was any problems with anything, he raised his hand and said, well, what problems do you have? He said, I'm going to be honest with you. I hate every fucking body.
Yeah.
I don't even like my fucking self.
Yep.
And the judge just laughed. He said, "You're free to go." And he works. That guy works with a buddy of mine that stayed on my couch for 3 years.
Yeah.
He's like another brother from another mother. Been
Yeah.
friends with me since 16 years old, and lived on my couch for 3 years. After a relationship, he had to leave his old lady and didn't have a lot of family, so he stacked up with us for several years. But he actually works with that guy, and he had told him that that's what he was going to do if he actually got called to put on a case.
Yeah.
And he sure as shit, he did it. They told him to get the hell out of there.
We'll be right back.
And he went right back to work.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't feel like I stand in the place of judgment. You know,
I don't
my
either.
place.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think that for hope and possibility of a system to work, I see the benefit of using a set of peers.
Sure.
But they should use a set of peers that are really unbiased,
Yeah.
not judgmental, and that's the problem. Well, that's the problem. You know, they stack a deck to accomplish what they want to accomplish. They've done this for years through politicians, lobbyists, people in a jury, whatever. They'll stack a deck just like playing any other game.
Yeah, well, I'm be biased anyways, one way or the other. I mean, come on,
I mean, I don't really care too much for government. I really am more of I stay the fuck out of your hair, you stay the fuck out of mine. And I respect you and I appreciate them. Like, if you ever need a cop, your opinions of police will change drastically. If you know and I know some good cops. I got some buddies of mine that are cops. And they're good dudes, man. They don't fuck with nobody. They don't try to give nobody no hard time. They don't want to give nobody no hard time. They're just trying to get through in their life. They know people are out there struggling. But they're not all like that. There are some bad ones. There are some true shit eaters that, abuse their power and, take advantage of shit. It's just not good.
My son came home one day with a speeding ticket. He was an adult living with me, as an adult, but came home one day, told me he got a speeding ticket. He said some piece of shit cop gave him a fucking speeding ticket, he says. I said, well, hold on, man. Were you speeding? Well, yeah. Well, then the cop was just doing his job. How's he a POS, man? Come on.
Yeah.
Seriously. I said, he was just doing his job trying to keep the streets safe. You were speeding. You were going too fast in traffic. He caught you doing it. Don't get mad at him because he caught you.
Yeah. And I've always been that way right there. If I'm doing something wrong and I get caught, I'm at fault. I have no problem taking accountability for my actions. I'm a grown man. If I fuck up, do something wrong, it is what it is. I'm gonna look at you and tell you I'm sorry. I'm wrong. I don't. You know what I mean? It's just it doesn't bother me to admit my faults.
Yeah.
And when it comes to driving, Cole, I about lost my license, and they made me print out my whole driving record so I could go to a DOT hearing to the state troopers to keep my license. And they ran their damn printer out of me trying to print my damn driving record.
Oh my God.
I had a stack of papers over an inch thick. And the lady looked at me and she said, "How in the hell have you still got a license?" I said, "I have a good attorney."
Yep.
And I was hell on wheels when I was younger, man. I mean, I've had street legal racing motorcycles that were, nitrous powered, built death machines. I should not be sitting here even talking on this platform right now. I should be up there in the heavens floating around with wings and a damn harp or something. I don't know, because I'm so lucky that I lived through my dumb years.
Yeah.
Or my wild years. And I had a lot
of fun. Man.
And I'm lucky.
By the grace of God, go all right.
Yes, sir. And I'm glad I never hurt anybody, because a lot of stuff that I did was foolish. And I could have killed myself, but I could have hurt someone else. And that was always in the back of my mind. I've always been one that stayed pretty conscious of, when I'm in neighborhoods, I would never drive fast because I was always scared of hitting a kid.
Yeah.
So,
well, I always figured if you don't speed and drive crazy, you're not going to get a ticket. If you don't get a ticket, your insurance ain't going to go up. If your insurance don't go up, you get to save money.
shit. People used to ask me all the time when I was on my motorcycle. They'd be like, "How many times do people almost hit you?" And I said, "No, very rare." I said, "Usually I don't. They can't catch me to hit me."
Yeah.
Because I mean, I had 2 motorcycles that did over 200 mile an hour.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I never had anything like that.
Oh, it's an experience, and it's an amazing experience. If you're on something that's built to do it, it's much safer than getting on just your average street bike and taking off and trying to max it out. Like what I was on would run up to 220, 230, and just like slick as glass. Scary fast.
Yeah.
But just an experience. I mean, I'm glad that I've done everything the way I've done it, and I'm glad, even more glad, that I never hurt anybody or myself in the process.
So I'm just thinking my Kawasaki 400 probably wouldn't keep up with your bike.
My bike would do 91 mile an hour in first gear.
Yeah, see, mine wouldn't do that downhill with the backwind.
Hey, man, I'm telling you what. Now my Harley, I got rid of my crotch rockets and got a Harley.
Yeah.
And that was a real culture shock to slow down.
Yeah.
But I still rode that bike. I mean, that Harley would max out like 135, 140.
Oh, wow.
And it was insane to even do that on that bike. But I pinned that thing back on the interstate. Turned the radio up, had a 600 watt JL audio stereo system on it.
Yeah.
You could hear the radio over the motorcycle.
Yeah.
Big custom front wheel, all custom rear, custom paint, one off custom front wheel. Never see another one like it. It was a show bike.
Man, you guys came back on. I thought you were under attack or some shit.
Well, they are in a rough part of the country, from what I understand. They got shit going on at the local CVS down there that you can't even get your meds. So,
oh man,
good to see you. Jericho's over there doing breathing treatments. Looks like she's over there doing
a nebulizer.
Yeah, you nebbing, Jericho?
Yeah,
she's nebbing, or he's nebbing, and she's.
I can actually hook that fucker up to here too.
She looks like something out of a Star Wars movie over there, like from the bar scene. You should be playing that music in the background. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, look just like one of the next Star Wars pictures. Is that Peter?
That is Peter.
I thought that was Peter.
Doing big old dab.
I heard him earlier. Earlier when he coughed, I was getting ready to say it. Damn it, Peter.
Damn it, Peter. Peter's a good guy. Let me tell you something. If anybody should be recognized for being a good guy, it's this fellow right here. He and I go to the same synagogue. And he just like, when somebody needs something done, somebody needs a good deed done or help or something like that, he's the first guy on it, man. Really, he goes out and helps the elderly and the poor and the sick. And when I met him, I just had open heart surgery, and the doctor told me I only got a few years left. And I made the doctor lie because I got better.
What?
So what do you think you're doing?
But I've known Peter ever since then.
What the heck would I do now?
I don't know. You're you. I'm sure you'd find a way.
Do you think I could do it?
No, let's not try.
I heard it would be counterintuitive, Jericho.
Huh?
I think that would be counterintuitive.
Oh shit, we got okay, let's do that.
I did get a message from Scrappy. He said he was feeling a little off.
What do you mean?
Scrappy.
Do what?
Scrappy?
Yeah. Scrappy down here in Virginia?
Florida? Scrappy on prospecting. Not Big Chris.
I'm gonna go in a few minutes.
The one you the one you were staying with.
Yeah, if you want.
The one in Florida.
Oh.
Yeah. 1 in 5.
Yeah.
See, when you say Scrappy, I think of Greg.
Oh. No, this one's cool.
Greg was saying he had his moments, but
No, I mean cool.
oh, be a whole lot cooler if you did, man.
That's right. All right, we're gonna watch my balls go around in a circle.
I don't know if that'd be appropriate. I mean, we already pushed the envelope here on YouTube, but I ain't gonna tell you how to live your life either. You're a grown man. Yeah, blow that shit out, Cole. Looks like Sasquatch over there doing bomb trips. Smoking with Sasquatch.
Balls.
Hell yeah.
Peter better be careful. I seen you fuck that shit happen on the Jack Links commercials.
Sweet Jesus.
Now, Peter, let me tell you something. My friend has this medium-sized rescue dog that wanted to play with Peter. She wanted to play that chase game where she chases you and you chase her. Except Peter chased her a little bit too much and scared her. The rest of the trip, she didn't want nothing to do with him. He scared her and she didn't want nothing to do with him.
Well,
He hurt her feelings.
I live by the motto. I mean, if I'm gonna be a bear, I'm gonna be a grizzly.
Right?
You know what I mean? I don't know how to do anything half-ass. I'm more of a wide open.
You let it wait
Well-
bring it to me. Oh,
We'll clean up the mess as we go.
You get what?
acrid smell.
This shit was still hot as shit.
We should change the name of this to the Coffin Channel.
We should.
Call me at 11 o'clock tomorrow.
What happened to Steve?
What happened to our little thing over here on the?
Oh yeah. What happened to that marijuana?
We had a little thing over there, a little thingy bigger up there. There it is.
There we go.
There's 11 million people watching.
11 million people.
We'd be fucking rich. I'd be going, my name's Rick James and I'm rich, bitch.
I'm rich, bitch.
Oh shit. My name's Bob and I can't breathe. So on our trip, we got this really can you make me big, please? Who keeps blowing me up? Chimney Christmas. So on our adventures, we got one of these here penny passport things. And of course, the one in the damn Joe Biden Center was broken. But places we went, we got different pennies for the roller penny thing.
Yeah.
Fucking Joe Biden one was broken. But
Of course it was.
Poor Sleepy Joe.
I hear the Biden one has been in cognitive decline for years.
Nah, they swore he was good to go.
I got the Rocky one, that was cool. I picked the crab one because that one was neat, right? Or no, did I pick the? You picked the crab?
Picked the crab one.
I don't know. They got some cool ones. Hi, Hercules.
This is the one we can't figure out what the fuck it is anymore.
There's a couple in there that we can't figure out what the frick they are. DB wants to know if anyone else talked to Scrappy.
Scrappy in Florida?
Yeah, Scrappy in Florida.
How did the dogs react, Jericho, when you seen them for the first time?
Huh?
How did the dogs act when you seen them for the first time?
They didn't even give a shit about me.
Yeah.
That means they were taken well care of then.
Yeah.
They went through a 60-pound bag of food in 18 days.
Oh boy, they're fat and sassy.
Yeah.
Well, they were coping.
Yeah.
Fenced in yard, air conditioned, and 60-pound bag of food. They had another dog to play with.
So your uncle did do a good job of keeping the dogs taken care of, huh?
Huh?
Your uncle did a good job of taking care of the dogs.
I'm guessing he dumped a 60-pound bag of food out.
It took them that long to eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, DB, I was reading that thing about Bill Gates today. Apparently, he's going to give all his money away so that through his foundation, it should be gone by 2035 or something like that. All of his money should be gone by then, or 2065 or something like that. Anyways, yeah, he's giving it all the way through his foundation. If it belongs to your foundation, I guess you ain't got to pay taxes on it, you know.
I'm going to call this motherfucker. Rich.
Sure.
Richard. It's not that simple.
Oh yeah, I know there's got to be more to it. Yeah, absolutely.
What?
Oh, to that Bill Gates giving his money away like that.
I can do that over here.
I mean, technically he could because he makes so damn much that he could technically take every bit of his money, give it away for fun, just to watch it build back again.
True. It's very true.
I mean, he has that much money and that kind of income to where he can do anything. Whether he will or not. And I mean, I don't expect him.
Go on.
Scrappy
I don't
dude.
expect anybody to give me shit.
People are asking about you.
I'm happy I can go out and take mine.
You know, they say that the richest people in the world are actually the Saudi princes.
They are.
All that gold or all that oil they've been selling over the years. That they're
buddy of mine,
trillionaires. Those people are trillionaires, those guys. That family.
So a buddy of mine, he tunes motorcycles for a living, race motorcycles. And he actually just got back from Dubai.
Yeah.
Like 2-3 months ago. And the king or whatever, whoever it is over there, he's got a son.
He is in deep shit. Who's in deep shit?
The Prince has a bunch of race motorcycle teams. And they do drag racing over there. It's really big. Yeah. And the Prince owns like several teams. Well, my buddy went over there for like 2 months to tune the motorcycles.
Mr. Gold Dutchy!
Dutchy! Oh, Gates
What's up, Dutchy?
Yeah.
Come on, Dutch.
Well, Bill Gates is a pervert, isn't he?
No.
I don't think it's confirmed.
Yeah, I don't think it's been confirmed yet.
I think it's just hearsay.
I think he went to Epstein Island a few times, maybe, but.
That's a
What's going on, Dutchy? How you doing, buddy? Good seeing you here.
Dutchy, so you missed it, but basically they damn near doubled my meds, and in the next 10 days, and then within the next 10 days, they're going to double my meds, and then within the next 30 days, they're going to check my blood levels to see if that's helping, and then if that helps, we're going to progress with the other shit I got going on and go from there.
Oh, so I was visiting with my daughter yesterday, my goddaughter, and telling her about doing some prospecting this last week. And she said she'd be interested in going with sometime. So I told her let's take you somewhere easy. Let's take you panning for garnets. I know a beach is just full of garnets, you know.
You get his message.
And that way she gets something. She'll end up with a little jar of little garnets, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then while she's doing that, I'll go look under some big boulders and stuff and see what I can, you know, classify down, you know, and see if I get any pay. But yeah, she's showing an interest. So I'm happy about that. Yeah, she wants to go out and do that and sit around the house online or something, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is.
Get out in nature.
Yep.
Get them out there.
I'm gonna take her out and show her how to pick up jewelry right off the ground.
My little boy wants to go, but you know, the creeks down here, they are so damn slippery. We got, you know, they're so full of algae. I mean, it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
You're going to bust your ass in the creek.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. You know, I make it through a day without doing it now, but if I had to go out there and do 12 hours in it, whatnot, I'm gonna be on my ass a couple times probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, I mean, you gotta think them rocks ain't fun to fall on.
No, I couldn't imagine.
Georgie Dab? What that?
We're supposed to go Sunday and get in the creek.
I don't know. Where's my dab? It's in your stuff.
We found a couple creeks around here that's got pretty decent gold in them, so we're supposed to go get in one of them this weekend.
Gentlemen, I'll be right back.
Bro.
No, my Dynavac, my green box.
Well, mine went with us today.
Well, then that's in this box.
Jericho, you got a pink dresser?
Huh?
Is that your pink dresser, Jericho?
No.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get stoned. No, this is yours. Yeah, this one's yours. So Dynavac has some amazing new dab rigs, and I can't currently find mine right now because I don't know what she did with them.
Oh, sure. Blame it on her.
She keeps up with everything else of yours.
She's going to
you win.
What?
I said you win.
Yeah.
You win Jericho.
All right. So, I promise it's not in there.
No, I don't know where it is.
I'm kind of curious to see the time lapse video on the plants.
A neon green ass box.
Yeah, those are always cool.
Tomorrow I'm gonna pull the memory card and take a look at it.
And then mine from today that was in the car.
That shit's always cool watching them plants grow like that on time lapse.
It was literally 2 weeks ago. It's probably about a month, about 3 weeks ago now. It was only about that big, and now that they're
how many months?
they're not even a month. They're not even a month old.
Yeah. Dude, you know, I got a friend who's working for a grower in Michigan, and he's growing in like maybe 2-gallon pots, I want to say. And these 2-gallon pots have like half an inch of standing water in the trays, overwatering, like Mr. I Go Fire. We've talked about this several times.
Yeah.
Growers overwatering. Anyways, every time you take a video in there, there's water sitting in the trays.
Are the plants sitting in the water that's in the trays?
Yes, the plants, the pots are in the water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're just sitting in the water. They're just soaked. The leaves are all yellow. The stems are all purple. They've been under stress probably their whole life. The buds are just tiny. The cores are this big on these poor plants. There's maybe an ounce of dried per plant. It's sad.
Yeah.
Yet this guy's a Michigan medical marijuana grower. I guess they let anybody do it, but still, you think he'd want to make time.
Anybody can say that they're a grower.
Oh, yeah.
You know how many people? You know how many people I've met over the years that were, you know, they'll tell you that they do this, they've done that, they've done this and that, and then, you know, you watch them do their stuff, and then it's just like, I mean, we all have to learn, and I'm still learning.
Yeah.
I've had people try to give me that title as a master grower, and I don't claim it because there's too much that I don't know and understand still.
Yeah.
For me to feel comfortable to even I don't lay claim to that title.
Yeah, I think of like Jorge Cervantes, one of these master growers, and I'm good. I know my shit. Like, yeah, same here.
I can run a 5,000 plant facility if I need to, and I can run it without playing on all the little computer details and stuff like that. I got a memory when it comes to that shit. That's just, I mean, and I can tear stuff apart, and I'm able to go through the process of elimination a lot quicker than most.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't have the memory for it, but I do have a notepad for it. You know, I literally map out my plants, you know, and if I have to take some notes about this one, if this one's got some spots coming or this or that, or the leaves are changing colors or canoeing or whatever they're doing, you know, I write notes and I make sure everything's on track, and I change whatever needs to be changed per day. That's why I don't like hydroponics, because, man, you make one little mistake, there goes your whole crop.
2 hours. 2 hours, you can have everything toast, dead, done.
Yeah, gone. That's why I love growing in soil. Or
you start to see something. Yeah, you start to see something burn. Hell, all you got to do is put a massive flush on it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, if you're paying, and the biggest thing is your presence.
Yeah,
you're not going to go in there with them plants every day. I used to just walk into places like places that I consulted and ran their grows.
Yeah,
I would just walk in. I'd get blazed as shit. I'd walk in there and just sit down in there.
Yeah,
and tell people don't bother me for like 15, 20 minutes. Just let me.
How long is the message you hit your pirate pipe, fuckers?
Huh?
What was that? Our pirate pipes.
I ain't got one.
It's because you gave yours away.
Well, I don't smoke out of them, so it didn't seem right for me to keep it. But yeah, I just go in, sit down, Cole, and just get a feel for everything. You know what I mean? Like, once you've done it long enough, you the plants tell you kind of what they want.
Yeah.
You know, a certain way. You know what I mean? Like, you should
you're absolutely right.
Just go in there and sit with them. How do you feel sitting in there? Does it feel comfortable? Does it feel, would you be happy if you were in here for 12 hours, 18 hours a day?
Right. Is it too humid? Is it too dry? Is it too shady? Is it too bright? Is it too what? Yeah.
I'm more of a dry grower. I like to keep my humidity really low.
Yeah.
So that the plants process.
Yeah.
And they're using the food, and there's a lot less chance for lockout. And
exactly. I want those roots growing all the time.
Hell yeah.
You know,
big roots, big buds, big plant.
Yeah. So I grew in 40-gallon pots indoors. So I had the space.
Hell
I had a 5,000 square foot house, and I was using half of it for growth. You know,
that's nice roots.
Yeah, I had 3 big rooms to grow in.
What were you pulling like off each plant? Couple
6
pounds?
to 8, no, 6 to 8 ounces. It was indoor. Yeah, 6 to 8 ounces. You know,
and you were using what, 1,000-watt high pressure sodiums? Or?
Yes, 1,000-watt metal halide for veg. Then when I went into flower, I did 50 HPS and metal halide. So I did 50-50 red and blue. That's when I went to 12.
Well, you know, it used to be if you pulled a gram to a gram and a half per watt,
Yeah.
You were doing good with HPS. You know what I mean? Because the amount of how intense the damn light is.
Yeah.
That's what I like about the LEDs.
Yeah. Yeah. I never got the opportunity to actually grow with LEDs because when I was growing, it was still very cost prohibitive.
Yeah.
Those
They're
first
not cheap.
generation LEDs.
They're not cheap. I have a $1,700. I have a $1,700 light, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like, it's a lot to spend on a light, but if you look at all of the information on it, the statistics,
Yeah.
it's a bad bitch.
Dutchy says he's about to smoke the first of his new batch.
Oh, nice.
Papaya cookies.
Papaya cookies.
Nice.
Very nice.
I love the papaya.
Lucky Matt. Good to see you.
I love the papayas, the tangies.
Yeah. I love grapefruit. You ever had that?
Fucking torn.
I have. I had some. Ask Jericho. I had some gnarly grapefruit.
Nice.
Winter before last. Local guy that I know, really, really, really good grower. He, God Almighty, it was probably the stinkiest and most pungent grapefruit that I've ever had.
Wow. Nice.
Jericho's got pictures of it somewhere.
I do.
We took pictures of that shit. It was, I mean, he did an amazing job.
Very cool.
The high didn't last as long as I felt like it should have, but
yeah.
I damn sure couldn't knock it though. And he had papaya cakes. It's one of the ones that he did.
Yeah.
And he flat out killed it on that one too.
Yeah.
That was a crystal bitch, man. And he didn't even have CO2.
I had it under the microscope at 300x, and that shit was fucking amazing.
Wow, nice.
And he couldn't even turn his lights on full blast. He didn't have enough air conditioning. Didn't have enough circulation on the air. He didn't have CO2. Like,
yeah,
I can only imagine what that shit would have looked like if he would have blasted that shit. Would have been able to get the lights on, wide ass open for at least for the 5 weeks that you do it.
Yeah. Shed CO2 generators.
Did you ever look at that stuff that you got from me under the microscope?
What's that?
That stuff that I grew, did you look at it? Under the scope?
I smoked it.
It didn't make it to the microscope, Steve.
I smoked it with Donald.
So how was it?
He's giving you the thumbs up.
Yeah, he gave you the thumbs
Not
up.
the middle finger.
I like getting good feedback on my buds.
I'm ready to get in Virginia where I can start growing again.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't like about living in an apartment area complexes. You can't, even in a tent, you're going to have some smell, and the neighbors are going to, bust your chops about it.
Yeah, you walk in my room and you smell the CO2 bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a 12-inch.
Did we figure out what the head was?
No.
Yeah.
You run that 12-inch. You run that 12-inch scrubber with that big of a fan. You know what I mean? You're moving like 16 to 1800.
Yeah.
16 to 1800.
I'm betting
what is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing right there. I'm gonna tell you now. That thing will about suck a damn tent. It'll about collapse a tent.
Hey, Marcy.
Marcy Collins, hello, sore as heck. Marcy, I'm doing better. My vinyl addiction. Oh, what's up? He's in the bathtub, scrubbing dubs, soaking his nuts in the tub.
Oh, we got the bathtub Ranger back.
That's right.
Bathtub Avenger.
He's got his balls floating in the tub.
Hey,
So, Levi, I got a question. When you're laying there in the tub, and you got a wash rag over the winky when you're watching this, just so
those are called loincloths.
the weirdness. So it's like you got the winky covered when you're watching this, bro.
Jerick, I don't even know why you're asking these questions. What if he answers it honestly? You don't like the answer.
Right?
Hey, I ain't ashamed to ask these questions. I want to know.
You're setting yourself up.
Hey, I want to know.
Live it how you want, brother. You do it your way.
We booked this in for me.
I ain't your damn pappy. I ain't gonna tell you how to live
Nope,
your
he
life.
says he tucks them away. He says he does the old fruit bowl thing where he tucks them down in.
Oh man.
So I just noticed something. Jericho. This says Willem David on the side of it.
Yes, Willem David products.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I just never noticed on the side of the pipe. I think that's very cool. Very well done. Nice. The Pirate Pipe by Willem David. Get yours at a store near you.
Yeah, the links aren't in there yet, but they will be.
Good.
My computer is currently a couple hundred miles away.
Yeah.
Is Gold Eagle in chat?
Joe is currently napping.
I was gonna say, damn it, we need some Joe.
Oh, Dutchie just received soda and sugar. That's got to be tough.
What's that?
Found a full, unopened, brand new can of chew, and I said, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Away.
Yeah.
Didn't I? Didn't I? And she said, keep it just in case I'm stressed out, and it might, because stress can bring on a seizure type shit.
Yeah.
You put the cigarettes down like there was no tomorrow. I'm gonna tell you what, you killed that. 100%.
Well, I actually used chewing tobacco to quit nicotine, period. Because I was smoking like 2 packs a day. And then I decided to quit. So I started chewing. And then every day I'd use a little bit less, a little bit less, a little bit less, until pretty quick I was using such a small little dip and so infrequently that I could just put it aside and didn't even really. I had a couple tough days, but it wasn't that bad. I just weaned myself way down and all the way off.
Well, my blunts have nicotine in them. I thought about, it won't be long and I'll be putting down the black and mild because I've been on them for close to 20 years now. So
yeah,
I started smoking them when I was 25.
Yeah.
About to turn 46. So I need to put them down, and I know I'll get enough nicotine from the blunts, but at some point there, I wouldn't mind, after I get to where I don't want to smoke blacks, try to wean myself, on joints again, or at least a hemp wrap, versus a nicotine wrap and a tobacco wrap.
Yeah. I'm interested in trying some of those king palms. Yeah.
I'm packing one now.
Cool.
So I have some here and a shitload still there. I got to put a package together for your son. I have to grab my thermal printer thingy. And then by next week, everything will be in process and back in standard operandi, whatever, modus operandi.
Cool.
You know the word I was trying to say.
We know what you mean.
Yeah.
How's Dutchie's babies doing?
Dutchie's ladies?
Yeah. Oh, his babies, his plants.
Yeah, his bitches.
His bitches.
Dutchie, there was I had some kind of stress-induced seizure issue. My medication was super fuckery. I've been taking my meds like I was supposed to. That is not a falsity. That is the truth. But they now want me to increase my meds because I'm having more issues than I had. Yeah, I'm having some more problems, Dutchy, so I need to take more meds. Dutchy, I will message you about it. You know how it is, Dutchy. Sometimes we don't like to talk about things that bother us in life, and we withhold things because, you know, it's machismo. Isn't that the word? Machismo. And stupidity, stubbornness. We're too tough to ask for help for our friends. And then it can cause us problems and other shit.
Dutchie needs to get some more of those seeds from over there again.
Hey, look, he's frozen again.
He is frozen.
I'm moving.
No, you ain't moving. You're posing. What, somebody painting a picture of you over there or something? And we lost.
Mine it shows it's moving anyway.
Hey, Malik, I'm going to be shooting you a message tomorrow.
Jericho, did you know that?
Things have been busy. If you didn't notice, I was in the hospital up until yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jericho, do you still have that link to send to Scuba from over there?
The what?
The seed link. The link to the seed company.
Yes.
Scuba said he was wanting to get something from there, and I was like, Jericho still got the link, I think. I'm not sure if I still have it or not. You know, you keep up with that kind of shit. I forget what the name of that seed bank was called.
Glitch in the Matrix. That's right. I skibbledy bop.
Why?
Yeah.
We decided to take a trip into the Matrix ourselves while we're there in Eastern Washington. We were.
Man, see what? That was a very enjoyable time.
Yeah, we had a real fun guy with us, and we hung out with him for about 6 hours, and yeah, we went and saw some things and had a great time doing it, man.
Hell yeah.
I'm about to have a run of Gorgon Labs genetics.
Yeah.
They're getting ready to send me a shitload of seeds.
Nice.
I'll have enough to where I can give some away.
Steve, you need to look into Tiki Madman.
Yeah.
You can buy clones. Now you better be ready. A $500 to $1,000 a clone.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they ain't no joke. Hey, you know, that's but his
money.
shit is on point. Like, he's got Cannabis Cup winners. Like, there's the reason why he charges what he's charging, and he's been getting it for years.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the Ohio facility that I took Steve and Jericho to while we were up there in Ohio. A buddy of mine, brother from another mother, and actually has the same name as me and has red hair and red beard. And I know they've run his genetics there in the past, or that they were looking at running his genetics at least.
I'd like to know who did the Orange 43.
No, what I want to know is
those genetics.
shouldn't be that hard to figure out. You know, like I'm pretty sure All Bud to tell you most all the strains and where, you know, if there's any kind of available information, most of the time All Bud has it as far as who created it, when it was created. That's where I always start.
Am I the only person that thinks Albert Hoffman is one of the most
Franchise
brilliant in the
genetics.
world?
No, he was amazing. He was
Like,
a
Cross
genius.
between White Fire 43 and orange and the orange strain.
Cole,
What's that?
do you think Albert Hoffman deserves like a Nobel Peace Prize or what?
Yeah, he's
Absolutely.
absolutely 100%.
Like, Albert Hoffman is the most amazing man, like one of the most amazing men in the world.
Yeah.
I've had the privilege of having seen my Hoffmans before.
Wow.
Yeah, he did book signings at times, and he would write. He wrote something in a person's book that a good brother from another mother knew, and when you flipped it upside down, it was pretty much his recipe. So I've had the divine privilege of having some of the sacrament. Spent 3 days on it in the mountains. That was a good trip. I think
Yeah.
everybody needs to do that once in a while. You know what I mean? Go get out, get in the wilderness,
I recall.
hit your reset.
They need more tackle boxes and less X boxes.
For sure.
Man, I don't know what I would have done about it when I was a kid if I wasn't fishing or mowing somebody's lawn so I could afford to buy something so I could go fishing. I just couldn't imagine. Yeah.
Different times.
It was. I remember I was amazed when I met my stepbrother and he's never been fishing before. I was like, what? So you don't know how to tie a cinch knot? A what knot? A Palomar? You know how to tie a Palomar? No. Oh, who? Oh, yeah. He just didn't know nothing about it. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. I was so amazed. Yeah.
That's like Jericho. When he told me that he had never seen a beach before,
Yeah.
he'd never been to the ocean. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Time to go.
You know, I live 3.5 hours from the beach. We go every year, twice a year.
I have
Sometimes in my life, 5-6 times a year.
Yeah.
So I don't. When he told me that, I was blown away. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And then I started thinking about where he was located. You know, most of his life. I'm like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a 3.5 hour trip for y'all.
That's how it is here. I'm about 3 hours. Well, I'm 20 minutes from saltwater. We have Puget Sound, but then I'm only about 3 hours from the actual Pacific Ocean. You know. So
I'm 3.5. I'm 3.5 from the Atlantic, but I'm an hour and a half to 2 hours from the mountains.
Yeah, I'm an hour and a half from the mountains. I'm an hour and 20 minutes from my gold stream, and an hour and 45 minutes from another gold bearing river, the next closest one. But
our gold bearing creeks are about 30 minutes away from us.
Nice. Yeah.
It's not too bad. We can have a pan in the water, you know, in a creek that we know we're going to see color at.
Yeah.
You know, 30 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I'm real happy. I lost my gold pan and everything, and my whole pan set up, and I left it at my friend's house out there. So I got my gold pan, my bottle, my scoop, everything. I don't my classifiers, though. I can't find those. I used my buddies the other day, but I got to buy a new set of classifiers. But they're inexpensive for what you're getting. I mean, They last a long time, man.
Yeah.
So
Hey.
I had a bunch of gold pans.
Yeah.
I had a shitload of gold pans, a bunch of different kinds of gold pans. The complete 12 set of classifiers from 400 mesh down, like from 400 mesh to someone had smashed them with a hammer randomly.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But anyways,
You'll have that on them big jobs.
yeah, you know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn Sasquatch.
Dutchy says, I just sent a picture on Insta. Please show it. Is your Insta on your pooter?
Mine?
Yes.
Yeah, well,
I'm going to send you a picture on Insta. Please show it.
I'm like,
I know. I'm sorry.
Show us pictures.
For Gold Pan and Dutchy.
okay. Just because it's him, not because it's you.
I wasn't asking for me. You or Paul?
Paul.
Jessica, you got a booger.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Boogie.
That's okay. It'll dangle there for a while till it's time to
It'll be
fall.
all right. It'll be all right. Everybody's looking at something.
All right.
Cole's looking down.
Good.
Shayla's looking down. Jericho's over there straight looking down. Jessica's looking at us, but not really at us. I guess I'm going to watch TV. Fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got no growing
Oh,
with
look at
Lucy.
that.
Okay, here's that one.
Nice.
That damn devil's lettuce.
Very nice.
Some nice jazz cabbage.
All right, return to price mode.
You asked me today, you can die off screen.
Okay.
Right at.
I know why you lost.
Why?
Because you put the sticker down.
Jericho, what do you eat?
I'm eating a regular, healthy peanut butter cookie because I got to take medication pretty soon. It gives me fucking heartburn if I don't eat.
Yeah.
Nice. All kinds of good fun.
It's great being almost 50.
Somebody asked me how old I was the other day, and I said I'm not. Not yet.
You better be careful with that shit, Cole. You're getting to where somebody's gonna start wondering about you with all those crazy answers. You're gonna try to grab your ass.
All right.
Wander up on the wrong damn party out in the woods on the damn sacrament. I
Uh-oh.
think you done lost your damn mind. Be trying to take you somewhere.
Yeah, we just gotta be careful of the Sasquatch out here in the Northwest.
You just keep a little bit with you for him if you meet him. You just got to get him on that same level.
That and the gooey duck. You gotta look out. You can't trust the gooey duck either.
The gooey duck.
The gooey duck. Oh my God! You don't know about the gooey duck?
What?
I mean, I am from the complete opposite side of the country.
I'm working.
Oh my goodness! Don't ever. If you ever come out here, don't trust the gooey duck.
Hey, Mr. Charlie.
I mean, I live over here by the Appalachian Mountains, where you hear the stories that.
I don't think they reach that far, but they're pretty big. They're the biggest of their type around here.
Would you like to try one of these?
We got some pretty killer sized snipes over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of snipes in this area. Kids go snipe hunting all the time.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. You give
We
them
used to
a bag and a club.
bag in the club and yelling snipe
Bag
and
and a club.
sitting underneath the bush going snipe, snipe.
Here's snipe. Here's snipe.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, here's the sick part though, Mr. Agrofire. I told my kid, I said, "Yeah, we're gonna take you out snipe hunting."
Toastmaster.
He Googled snipes. Turns out there's actually really a bird called a snipe that they used to hunt.
1,200
Hence the term sniper, because you were a really good shot if you could shoot one of those little things. But then I was like, okay, yes, that's what you're hunting for. But here's how you do it.
Would that work?
We got like that in the Boy Scouts when we were young. They sent all of us out there snipe hunting on a Boy Scout camping trip.
Yeah, gooey duck are actually a type of clam. This giant clam that grows here in the Northwest. And their necks can get like, I don't know, 4 to 6 feet long. And then,
Charlie, what's up?
then when you dig them up, those great big long necks shrivel up like man would on a cold winter's day, man. I mean, they shrivel right down to nothing. Yeah. But you boil them and they come to the back out and you can cut them up and it makes a lot of good eating, you know. But it's just this giant clam.
A plant?
A clam.
Clam.
I can't believe you lost your most.
It's called a gooey duck.
Did you put it in my book?
Now, there's a part of me
No.
that tells me not to even listen in or buy into too much of this. Because, see, as ignorant as I may be to the other side of the fucking country and what goes on there.
Look, listen, Chasing Miss Charlie's even saying razors, gooeys, and dungeons make the best seafood boil. The people who know about it, there really is a gooey duck. It's a big clam. Yeah. It's the biggest clam we have here in the Northwest, to my knowledge. And they actually farm them. They're a sustainable fishery. They put the little ones out and they go back a few years later and dig them out and yeah. But they make sushi out of them. They make clam strips out of them. They make all sorts of stuff, you know.
You know, your ability to take a joke and run 20 times further with it.
You showed
is
him.
top fucking notch.
Right?
Right?
Yeah.
The neon green case. Yeah. It was here.
Gotta watch you. Fucking gooey ducks.
Yeah,
Hey,
my did do an episode about them on Dirty Jobs.
Give me your schedule.
Yeah.
Who's
So what?
schedule?
Huh?
What?
Who?
Where?
Why?
I made a peanut butter cookie because I'm baked.
Was that peanut butter cookie loaded?
No.
Nope.
Oh man. You got any more of that syrup?
No.
You should dip the cookie in the syrup, Jared. Okay.
I got the phone number for the motherfucker that makes the syrup.
Yeah.
Oh man.
1-800.
Everybody needs a bottle of that.
Here's my mama's address.
Everybody
Yeah, we
needs a
need,
bottle of that.
we need to get some of that syrup to put in the
The wedding.
after party.
For the wedding. Shit.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Who's getting married?
Angie.
So the last cannabis competition I went to, they had a chocolate fountain that was infused. They had white and
Are we gonna be the only
and
time
milk chocolate.
Jericho ever sees me in a suit or tux?
Yeah.
I've been a pretty big handful of those, so
Yeah.
I've gotten used to it over the years. It don't bother me. I enjoy it. Ain't nothing like getting dressed up and pimped out.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the only time Scuba Steve sees me in a Speedo.
That's the kind of shit that makes them withdraw your damn invitation, Jerry. Hey, be careful.
That's after midnight. Don't worry, he ain't gonna remember.
Gonna be out there in a damn banana hammock like we're at. That's the shit nightmares is made
Night,
out of.
Marcy.
That made her leave. Time to get off here. He's talking about running around in his banana hammock.
She's seen a lot worse shit. She's seen a lot worse shit in a Speedo. She's hung out in Kankakee. What about down there?
Y'all ever watch that show King of the Hill?
Oh, we lost Agro Fire.
Oh, he'd probably be back. Y'all ever watch King of the Hill? There's an episode on there where Hank Hill gets his clothes tore off by the tornado.
And
the neighbor lady gives him a pair of sweatpants to put on to cover him, you know. And he says he's apologizing to her for being naked in front of her. And she says, "Don't worry, I seen a whole barrel of pickles in my time."
I got some orange 43 growing.
Green thing would pop out.
Kyle's been back there waiting for a minute, but you know he was talking shit. So I was like, "How's it? You sweating, motherfucker?"
Right.
I don't have keys, so I couldn't.
Who's talking shit?
And Dutchy, we're growing a Master Kush, some OG outdoor Master Kush.
Smoke, and then you'll find.
I got some stubble growing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some stubble growing right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's about time to get some plants in the ground here soon.
Get shorter so you can find it.
Yeah.
Oh, right there. That's
No,
bright
that's-
green.
I think I'm about to clone it.
Bright green thing.
Yeah, I give these seeds to my friend up there to grow for me.
Keep the clone over there at her house till it's ready to go into flower.
Oh yeah.
Later, chasing Miss Charlie.
I gave my grower over there some feminized seeds because he said, "Oh, I want to take some cuttings," and I says, "Well, you can't really do that with the feminized seeded plant. I mean, you can, but you'll have hermaphrodites at the end of your grow, so it's kind of a waste of time."
Yep.
He goes, "Really?" I said, "Yeah."
Yeah, but you could end up with some good seeds.
You know, yeah, you end up with good plants every time. You know, you end up with females with big, fat, huge, hairy buds on them. You know, especially being outdoors in that environment where they're at. You know,
but you could have some good seeds.
They don't produce. I mean, they just don't hit. They won't hit as high. I mean, if you get a plant that starts messing and growing a seed, it stops all production of THC once it starts to grow a seed.
Yeah, exactly.
And until that seed is done and harvested and ripe, it won't start producing THC again, which is right there in the last usually 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, 2 weeks window. So you're just stalling your quality, but
yeah. Well, they've got a solid 10 to 11 weeks of good flower time over there. And Master Kush flowers in 8 to 10. So if we give it 10, maybe 11 weeks, they should come out nice and ripe.
I did a Master Kush one time.
Yeah.
Came out really good.
Nice.
What gets us over here every year is the hurricanes.
Yeah, hurricanes.
Every single year, we had a Chem Dog strain that we crossed to get a certain type of CBD. And the reason why we did that was because it was an early finisher, and it finished before the storms usually came through. So we could at least get a full run on it instead of everything that was a 10-week or 11-week finisher that always ended up getting knocked down by the storms.
Yeah.
Yep. But we had to buy the rights to use that strain.
Yeah. I was going to buy some photosensitive seeds for them, but just regular, seeds. But he had a problem with them last time. He thought he had all the males picked out, and he didn't. And he went and planted them up in a crop full of plants, and we ended up with seeds last year. So that's why it was all turned into butter. I didn't even try to make hash out of it. I don't want the seeds poking holes in my hash bags.
This
See what I'm seeing?
these here, my buddy Josh gave me the seeds for these plants. His wound up Herman.
Yeah,
Mine
Rapidite.
was fine.
Wow.
I haven't grown nothing with seeds yet.
He might have given him a little bit of stress at the end or something, maybe. Sometimes that'll do that to him. Give him a little bit too much stress, the hermaphrodite.
But usually, even a little too much stress, unless if it's good stable genetics.
Yeah.
If it's good stable genetics, even a little bit of stress. I mean, them plants like a little bit of stress in the last little bit. You know, that helps. It's just like sweetening up fruit.
I want to say he got those seeds from Greenpoint.
Yeah, but where did Greenpoint get those seeds? You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing about seeds right now. Everybody thinks that you can just go and order whatever seeds from whatever website.
And then here's the other thing.
Yeah.
There's an argument going on right now for growers, and a lot of growers out there.
Yeah.
Does your strain not have cookies in it? Do you not have cookies in your genetics right now?
I mean, depending on what seed banks you're getting your stuff from, it could be very easy, you know, for that being one of the strains that's used for a lot of seeds right now.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the damn cake strains and a lot of the, you know,
But they're the popular strains, so
they are the popular strains. So those have been used to breed a lot of the more modern genetics right now.
Yeah.
Which is smart. I mean, like, why would you not? Look how good it is.
Yeah.
If you've got that kind of a platform for the taste, why would you not look at the possibilities of breeding that with everything else, like Permanent Marker, Master Kush?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you're just, you know, and then go through and pick the phenos. But, you know, ordering from the seed banks, I mean, you're never going to get an F5 stable genetic.
No.
You know what I mean? The only way you're ever going to get the F5 stable genetic is from the actual breeder that does it.
Yeah.
He's going to be the only one that's got those seeds.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to, you know, hope that you can get him to work with you.
Yeah.
That you have some.
Yeah.
I've had the divine privilege of knowing some breeders and being able to get strains that nobody else can get.
Yeah.
And it doesn't come easy.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to get some good clones, but when it comes to seeds, you know, you're really taking a shot in the dark sometimes. You know.
Well, it comes down to the breeder that you're messing with. You know the breeder.
Well, that's
his
just
shit.
it.
You know what I mean? He knows his shit. What he gave me, he didn't give me any feminines because he knew that I was going to be wanting to use it for a facility.
Yeah.
So he gave me enough to basically start an entire facility.
Yeah.
And he gave me all these different strains with different taste platforms, different percentages.
Yeah. Nice.
And then gave me a couple of his babies that nobody else really ever gets.
That's amazing.
And he's like, here's enough moms for you to do enough cuttings to. He's like, they're stable, so you ain't going to have to be worrying about doing a lot of female hunt. They're all going to be very similar.
Yeah.
He said he took out a lot of the guest work for me.
So the Dutchie's talking about how cookies are high in THC, and the same with Gorilla Glue. I happen to be doing some wax made out of, here in America, Dutchie, we have to call it GG because of the trademark names. So GG number 4.
That's the best one.
But that's the wax that I'm doing, that I'm smoking on tonight, made out of. That's the strain's made out of. But
everybody that was smoking Gorilla Glue when it first come out,
yeah,
I mean, that's why they call it GG4, and that's like the most sought after, of the Gorilla Glues. And I'll tell you what, if you ever get a hold of any duct tape, oh my gosh,
yeah,
you talk about something that will make you numb and dumb.
Oh shit!
It is amazing.
Yeah, I'm a really big fan of a few strains like ATF, Alaskan Thunderfuck. I'm a really big fan of DJ Shorts, Blueberry.
Absolutely.
You know who he is? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. DJ Shorts Blueberry is an amazing strain. I love Strawberry Cough. We've talked about that. You know, the inventor of that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I don't know him personally. The guy that taught me how to grow knows both those last two people.
Gotcha.
But, you know, he knows Short too.
Gotcha.
Or maybe
I don't know any of those guys. Yeah.
It's a pretty big community. You know what I mean? It's a tight knit circle, but it's a big community of all the old school growers.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, those guys that's how most of those strains come up. Was one would kind of come up with it and then would pass it on to the other that had the ability to mess with it.
Yeah.
To really stabilize it. Yeah. And thank God they did that, because that's how we ended up with Sour D. That's how we ended up with Strawberry Cough. That's how we ended up with New York City Diesel. DJ Short, I mean, the stuff that he's done throughout his life is amazing. If you can get some of the real deal shit, you know.
Yeah.
One of mine is AK-47.
Oh, I love AK-47.
I'm telling you what, if you got
it's on point.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I still to this day, that is one of my favorites. As far as taste, smell, look, high, everything.
I love the fact that it gives me a nice, relaxing high, but at the same time, it gives me a little bit of energy. It doesn't put me to sleep.
Yeah,
it does not totally out.
All the AK that I had,
move the brown dog thing. And
it might have been a little energetic, but it had some couch lock on the back side of it too. You know what I mean? Like,
no, definitely. But I'm an indica. I'm like kind of an indica tolerant person because I smoke mostly indicas. So I get to the point where the couch lock's only gonna hold me for so long, and I'm gonna get up and do something with it. You know, use the pain relief, the temporary period of pain relief, and then stress relief, and go do something with it. You know. Tuesdays and Thursdays are kind of my screw it day nights. I just kind of hang out with with you guys and sit around and smoke, which is totally cool.
I'm not the world's biggest fan of sativas because I'm so naturally kind of wired and hyper.
Yeah.
I'm just. What you got to say up there?
Get higher and draft pussy, then get higher in titties, then see if you can get higher in alien nuts, and then see what the dumbest shit you can say is, then see if you can say something a little bit dumber than that, and then maybe offend somebody. And if you don't offend somebody, try a little bit harder, and then say something goofy, and then say something to where your HR manager's like, seriously, motherfucker, I'm gonna have to email somebody.
Yeah, we talked about this, and there you go.
I put my email in the description so somebody emails, and I'm gonna tell you, I get some fucked up emails after these streams because people watch this shit and they're like, listen, I get called racist. I'm like, listen, I'm not racist. I don't give a fuck.
That's it.
I honestly don't give two shits, a rat's ass, or a half a fuck. And people that know me in real life know that. Like, wrong way. This feller over here knows that I don't give a shit. He knows I don't give a shit. I've tried to get other people up here. They said it's more fun with a bunch of crackers because it makes us look funny. I don't know. I try to get ladies up here. Jessica comes up here sometimes. Right now she's busy. She's looking for something. I was pissed. She was going to about beating the shit out of us. I had some see she's not very active in the video or chat right now because she misplaced a very large size box and she can't find it. And then I've been fucking with her. She's about ready to whoop the shit out of me when she does find it.
You probably deserve it.
Oh, I definitely do.
The last time I grew a sativa was 2013. We grew some really good outdoor white widow. Oh, and that's what I made my stick out of. I remember I showed you that stick.
That was my first grow.
Yeah.
It was a White Widow.
This is my walking stick made from the White Widow.
That and Master Kush.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this was the stock of the White Widow standing this way. And I made it with a walking stick. Yeah. But I just put lacquer on it, sprayed lacquer on it, and I've had it 12 years, I think. But
the guy that we learned a lot from back in the day, he used to grow White Widow, and man, he used to grow some funky ass White Widow.
Yeah.
Like that shit was awesome. But I had a strain called White Rhino one time.
Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah, I've never grown it, but I've heard, yeah.
Oh my God, Cole. I mean, like at this time, I smoked like 23 to 25 blunts a day.
Yeah.
And I was smoking the best AK-47. I mean, it puts pecker in your watch pocket.
Yeah.
And I smoked a bowl of White Rhino, and at that time I wouldn't even hit bowls usually. Most of the times now I won't. Somebody smoking a bowl, I don't hit those things.
Yeah.
But he pulled out this stuff, and it was so pretty. And he's like, "That's White Rhino," and I was like, "Shit, I got to try that out."
Yeah.
Packed up a bowl, and I smoked it. Like 30 minutes later, I'm on the road going down the road to pick up my old lady at the time, and my favorite thing in the world to do is get it's the booty cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Get blaze, go jump in, you know what I mean? Roll the windows down, turn on the radio, and ride. I called him back like 45 minutes later, and I'm gonna be like, I don't know what that shit was, but I'm literally so blazed that I don't even want to be driving right now.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like I was tripping.
Oh man.
And I looked it up, and I mean, White Rhino is, notorious for that.
Yeah.
Well, I got some again like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And at that time, I had a buddy of mine. He'd drive me around to a lot of places that I consulted, and we smoked some of it. And that's what he said. He's like, I don't know if I can drive. And I was like, well, it must have damn sure been pure white. It must have been the real deal, because the first time that I ever smoked it, that's what it did to me.
Yeah.
And I mean, it puts it on you like so heavy on the head.
Yeah.
Like you can feel it behind your eyes.
Yeah.
And I mean, that shit just, oh my God, it's amazing.
Yeah. The first time I ever got so high that I couldn't drive, I was hot knifing some sativa hash at a friend's house about 10 miles from my home. And I had my wife with me. And my wife was this little Japanese lady, and just this most beautiful, wonderful woman you'd ever want to meet in your life. But at any rate, we're headed back to home, and those knife hits were really hitting me, man. I mean, they were really slowing me down, and I had to pull off the side of the road. And she said, "What are you doing?" And she didn't drive. She said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm keeping us alive." She said, "What do you mean?" I said, "I keep forgetting that I'm driving." She said, "What?" I said, "Yes, my mind's wandering really bad." So we sat there on the side of the road praying to God a sheriff didn't come along, which they didn't, thank God.
Yeah.
And finally, after about an hour and a half, my mind cleared up enough that I could get behind the wheel and drive home. But, that was a rough one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a rough one.
I went to a festival one time. One of my brothers from another mother owns the rights to a festival, local festival.
Yeah.
They have anywhere between 1,000, 2,000 people there. But they do 3 days of bands. And like, it's a week getting it ready to start and run it. And then like almost a week to break it all down and clean up and everything. So it's 2 weeks of a festival for us that, put it on.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you what, I was always one of the ones that would show up at night because it was always in the summer. It was always so hot. You didn't want to be there during the day.
Yeah.
So I always took care of my responsibilities before the festival started so that I could always party through the festival. And I wouldn't show up until nighttime. And I showed up one night, smoked like 6, 7 blunts. I don't know how many dabs we done off the damn. We had a snow cone shack that had damn rigs sitting on it.
Oh boy.
Just go up there and use it. And then I ate like 6 of these damn, looked like Rice Krispie treat, looked like the size of a baseball.
Yeah.
And old boy was notorious for putting about an ounce to an ounce and a half per stick of butter in his butter.
Oh man.
And then I was kind of, still kind of inexperienced with the edibles. So I ate like 6 of these things because I got the munchies real bad because we're not doing anything but steady smoking. Well, I jumped in the truck to leave to go home. And I thought I was going to have to pull over on the side of the road the same way like you were talking about. That was the most miserable ride that I've ever had in my life. Like, I took my time and I got to the house and I tell you what, I was like, yeah, never again.
Yeah.
Never again. Now I've eaten, being in the cannabis business, when you go to meet people, like at farms and shit, I mean, we're all business lovers. So we always break bread together.
Sure.
To get to know one another, you know what I mean? And sit around and get blazed and shit. And they're showing us what they got. And, we show them what we got, stuff like that, and you're just basically just doing a tasting.
Yeah.
For an hour and a half, like me and Jericho did that one time. Video that hasn't made it out yet. But, I mean, that's part of the fun.
Yeah.
And, I've got, it's hard to not get caught doing too much when you're doing that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be 5 or 6 strains in, trying different strains, to smoke, and then you're eating edibles on top of it and doing dabs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Next thing you know, you're just like, pow, hits you in the forehead and you're done. You just sit back and you're grinning. You're like, the first 3 to 5 that you give your opinions and analysis on, those are probably pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Those last couple, you're already so messed up. You can't. I don't even know what I'm eating now, what it's doing to me, or what smoking this is. I'm just ballistic.
Right.
So now it's all about taste and look, because I can't tell how high this is getting me.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm already so damn high, I don't know where I'm at.
Right. Hey.
But that's the fun of it. You know what I mean? Like that's why I got into that industry. That's one of my favorite things in the world to do. Sit around and get blazed with cool ass people.
Yeah, exactly.
And being in that industry, that's how you meet people. That's how you form relationships.
Yeah. I got a lot of relationships formed around just smoking in the park, man.
Man, I'm telling you what. That's how we've ended up in the mountains chasing butterflies in the sky that weren't there before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like there's literally like these breeders, some of them, I mean, you got to be able to hang to prove that you're worthy.
Hey, we got a request from Malik. Can Jessica please hit the gas mask before the live is over? And Mr. Gold Panducci's going to bed, so we saying good evening, everybody.
Good night,
She
Dutchie.
actually got a new gas mask.
Yeah. Good night, Dutchie.
Good night, Dutchie.
But yeah, there's a request for Jessica to do the gas mask before the live is over. So I hope there she is.
All right. So Malik wants her to do the gas mask again.
Yeah.
She's looking for her new gift she got from George from Dynavac.
It was my favorite fucking thing.
She got a new gas mask while she was in Ohio.
And she got a new gas mask while she was in Ohio.
Nice.
That's a pretty cool gas mask.
Steve, did she leave a neon green box at your house?
I don't think so, but
I haven't seen it.
God, I would lose my fucking head if it was an attack to my body.
Take a hit. Calm down. Slap the shit out of Jericho.
Right.
Motherfucker. May have that.
Beat him.
Whoop him. Listen.
That's it.
Aggro player, I would be hitting on him, but I just spent the last
how many days with him in the hospital, worrying about him
Right?
dying on me. So I think I'll be a little gentle.
Yeah, she was thinking I was gonna die the other day.
It was
Yeah.
it was scary as hell, guys.
If you're nursing him back to health so you can beat him again, I
That'd
understand.
That'd almost be funny.
I like to give him
I'm
a
gonna
hard time.
Life just so I can kill you again.
Well, for crying out loud,
That sounds like something my mama would say.
I got to be honest.
We bring you back to life just so I can kill you again.
I got to be honest with you. I got to be honest with you, Hood Billy. When when you said that you were sick and in bed with a nurse, I thought something a whole different scenarios in my mind.
You would expect that from the wood.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So
They used to make movies about that back in the day.
hopefully, so I did get quite a few subscribers from there, from Sacred Heart Hospital. I want to say hello to Lacey. My Wonder Woman. She's an Amazon-looking lady. She's very tall. I'm not. Hi, Lacey. She's got this dyed streak of hair right here.
Awesome nurse.
Awesome nurse. Very wonderful CNA.
Nurses are the heart of the healthcare system.
Yes, she's the heart. That's right. She's the heart on of the healthcare system.
Yeah.
The what?
Tell me to join it.
Did anybody else hear that?
I heard that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna let it go and pretend I didn't. Hey, Maestro, could I get a little assistance real quick?
Jessica, you nebulizing again?
No, I need you to make a light.
Oh, the glow in the dark. Is Malik still here? Oh shit!
Shane's here. DB's here. I think he is.
Man, it's a funky nebulizer.
Hey, brother.
If you're still here, say hi.
Well, if he's not here, you can watch it in the replay.
Yeah, there's a light.
Jericho's mask looks like the luchador off of one of the Mexican wrestlers. Choke it up, man.
Choke it up, man.
That's it. Choke it up, man.
Choke it up, man.
I know if you can tell very well, but my mask is fucking glow in the dark, but it's got a glare on it.
It matches your hair.
It's mostly Maui Wowie, but it's got some Labrador in it, man.
You mean we're smoking dog shit?
Yeah, man. My dog ate my stash about a week ago, and I had to follow him around with a baggie for like 5 days just to get my stash back. Really freaked the little fucker out, dude.
It really blew the dog's mind.
Yeah, really freaked the dog.
Attach the gas mask to the dab rig.
Ooh, dab rig on a gas mask. That'd be deadly.
Hells yeah.
There's a little attachment right here on the side.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That's getting serious there, man.
DB goes, I never
blow out.
took myself.
Oh shit!
DB, there's a whole group of people out there that love choking themselves. So just because you don't,
You're joking.
Jericho, get you some air.
That was awesome.
it's so.
Oh shit. Yeah, so that was our
Response to Malik's request.
Malik requested we get gas mask bongs because he wants to come up and do gas mask bongs with us. So shoot me another message, Malik, and we'll figure out how to set that up.
DB, have you truly never heard of people liking to choke themselves as a fetish? Like, or am I misunderstanding what you're responding to?
She's talking about just for the sake of getting high, I think.
Oh.
She talking about pulling one of them like the old dude did from Kung Fu back in the day.
Yeah,
She's talking about the feller with the belt tying it to the back of the dirt. Leaning forward.
Hey, no, I
like
told,
those super troopers.
I
Sorry,
told somebody
yeah,
that.
I'm trying to understand. Not insinuating.
She
I
said,
told somebody
hell
that
no.
today.
She says she's got absolutely no interest whatsoever in getting into that, none of that now.
I told somebody the other day that I was gonna.
Where it's covered.
Yeah, I told somebody the other day I was gonna choke him out, then hang him up on the door and pull his pants down so they think he pulled a David Carradine on himself.
That's exactly who I was talking about. I just wasn't going to say his name.
Right?
Never understand that one.
Where'd that fucker just?
Right?
What?
What an embarrassing way to go out. That'd be horrible.
Absolutely, man.
Man.
Where'd the fucking green fucking Dynavap thing go to?
I didn't touch it.
I'm gonna hit that.
No, I was gonna put it in the.
Yeah, don't waste.
You know,
my
Mr. I Grow Fire, I have an uncle. He died due to an angry boyfriend at the age of 85. The boyfriend was in his 30s, as was the girl. My uncle was 85 years old at the time, and the angry boyfriend got in his face and gave him a little scare because threatening him. My uncle had a heart attack and dropped dead. And, well, no, the thing is he always said he wanted to die at the hands of a young, jealous husband. And he, well, almost kind of did, you know. But
all I gotta say is you, Cornelius, is enjoying his adventures on the road.
I mean, if you go scratching up other people's sandboxes,
yeah,
you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I always say steer clear of married women.
Yeah, that's a big one. Right? Yeah.
You won't deal with no jealous husbands.
Yeah. Now, I always figured, cheating's against the rules. So I just never did that. That was never for me.
Well, I mean, I had a buddy of mine who went to the bar one night, ended up with this chick, and she had friends with her. Well, the chick that he hooked up with, she had took her wedding ring off that night.
Oh, no.
And he went home with her, woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning to all hell breaking loose. All hell breaking loose because that gal's husband came home.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he didn't even have no clue about her being married. Her friends never said anything about it or anything. Wasn't his fault.
No.
And that's what he told the guy. Like, he, got it left, and that was a terrible situation.
Yeah. I'd have to tell him, I'm sorry, buddy, but you had to take that up with your wife because she wasn't
exactly
last night.
That's exactly what he told him. He said, dude, I did not have any clue this lady was married.
And I know, and I wouldn't be here this morning.
Yeah,
I would have been there last night.
Nope. Scandalous women.
Well, yeah.
They're scandalous on both sides, so
Oh,
it
yeah.
does happen, just like that.
Oh, scandalism happens across the world.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing: it takes two to tango.
Absolutely.
And being bored is being bored.
Yeah.
But what time is it? 2:24. We got about 6 minutes left. We're getting ready to we say we do what time is it? God, I should have put my bifocals back on.
It's 8:26 Pacific time.
All right, it's almost 7:10 somewhere. I'll get it warm for you.
Yeah.
Is Scuba going to make it back before the end of the show?
I'm here.
Okay.
There he is.
I've been here. I've been eating.
Okay.
Wow.
Had the munchies. One
You've been listening to everything we've been saying about him. Damn.
Sharp hit. Oh, I couldn't get that.
You have a what? He's got old people here.
Jessica, what are you doing?
Me?
Making cones.
Nice.
Preparation H.
I'm prepared because I need to sit down and stop freaking out because I'm missing a giant friggin' box that's fucking bright lime green somehow.
Like, okay, so you see the color of her hair?
Mhm.
This box is literally this motherfucking big in the color of her hair,
Oh, wow.
And I can't find it.
and she can't find it.
Oh, no.
It's somewhere.
I hate it when I lose shit.
Hey, is I was so sick from that edible, I lost 4 to 6 hours.
Wow.
I lost 4 to 6 hours easily.
That's about what.
Well, you know, when you eat edibles, it's a lot stronger than when you smoke.
They
Absolutely.
were supposed to be strong. These were supposed to be babies.
These were supposed to be
Oh.
25 milligrams, and it was supposed to be THC, not Delta 8.
Oh, gotcha.
It really like
And I vomited profusely.
he vomited up
Yeah.
lunch. That was
Like I vomited up
ago.
lunch from 10 hours earlier.
That's no bueno.
And, like I have like a Delta 8 allergy type thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it was fucked.
Yeah. That's a no.
Yeah, you should totally do a different one.
That's unfortunate.
So a guy was telling me he's a project manager for a big grading company, and a buddy of ours, he works for him. And he was telling me last week that this guy had a THCP card, card,
Yeah.
vape pen. And he had hit this thing, and it literally had him so fucked up that he couldn't even talk straight.
Wow.
Like they literally had to help him get off the dozer, and he had stopped the dozer when he started feeling fucked up, but
Yeah.
it just come on to him so fast that he said, I guess come on to him so fast that, and this dude's a seasoned damn veteran. I mean, he's a grower,
Yeah.
and I mean, that's the first I've ever heard of THCP doing that to somebody. Most people say it doesn't do shit for him.
Yeah.
It put him into a whole nother realm last week. I don't know if anybody else had a similar experience with that. Isn't that a synthetic, Jericho?
What?
Isn't THCP synthetic? Are they doing that synthetic?
THCP is synthetic. It's just like Delta 8, and it is putting several people into toxic. It's kind of like toxic shock syndrome, where they're going into seizures, where they're going into hallucinations, going into almost schizophrenic or violent episodes to where they're stabbing people. It's not normal shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what happened to him? That says a lot. Because, I mean, he's a smoker. I mean, there ain't no doubt about that. Like, he's just like me and Jericho. Like, you call Scuba, he's all day or just all day every day.
Yeah.
And for that to do that to him, I mean,
No.
it was nuts. Steer clear of the synthetics.
Yeah, I would say just say no to synthetic.
Damn
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Say no to meth,
Yeah,
drugs,
just say no to meth.
heroin, prescription opiate drugs that aren't prescribed to you specifically.
Right. I'm kind of prescribing out of the idea that if you can't just pick it, dry it, use it, you don't need it. I haven't drank or used a hard drug in 28 years, for crying out loud. Yeah, I have no desire to again. I smoke weed, and I know a fun guy or two here or there. But other than that, it's I don't see the need for it.
A little stamp never hurt nobody either.
Oh no, those little stamps never hurt nobody.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Use responsibly, of course.
Yeah, use responsibly. And
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, it's just I just hate to see the word drug used when they're talking about cannabis.
Is that
Or mushrooms.
Or mushrooms, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate to see them use the word drug because you literally just got and pick them off the side of the road.
Well, a lot of people would argue the fact that, poppies are the same way.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but poppies, they have to run through a big chemical process before it becomes heroin or fentanyl or anything like that. You can't.
What about the old school the old school opium?
Oh, you just scrape it off?
I mean, wasn't that how that was?
Yeah, you just scrape the plant and then scrape it off. I think. I don't know if that's how they use it like that, or if they had to refine it somehow or not. I'm not sure. But
Me neither.
If that's how they use it, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence.
Well, just the same thing with cocaine. I mean, it comes from a coca leaf and then runs through a highly chemical process.
Well, even when they chew it, they have to put an alkali in their mouth to chew it with before they get an effect. Yeah. So it still has to go through a process, a chemical changing process, before they get the effect.
That's how they get them people to farm all day.
Yeah. That's how they do it.
Leaves.
Yeah.
Like giving billy goats catnip.
Yeah.
Or is it rabbit tobacco they get all messed up?
What's that?
Old farmer told me something about a billy goat. There's something that they would eat. It's either like a catnip plant or like a rabbit tobacco. And they said they would it was like giving them the equivalent of cocaine. Like they would just they just decimate stuff.
Yeah, we said Billy Goat to drink beer right out the bottle. He'd take the bottle right out of your hand and just suck it right down, drink it all out, and throw the bottle to the side. Yeah.
Party with the billy goat, huh?
Partying on the Billy Goat.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having some of them damn fake goats. Them things always crack me up.
Yeah.
Watching them things fall out and get stiff. God almighty.
Yeah, the fake goats, yeah.
Yes, sir. That's good old
funny
family fun there.
Yeah. Yeah. I tried making these goats into pat goats, but they wouldn't do it. They didn't mind the pat. I tried making it, but we had a little goat. I used to live on some property that had sled dogs, and we had a herd of goats. We had 11 goats, and I was like, hey, let's train some of them to pack trails, right? Because we did a lot of hiking back then. But the problem was they wouldn't go over water. So they're too scared of it. They didn't want to go over water. and there's a lot of water in the mountains up around here, so they're kind of useless as pack goats. Yeah.
Gotta get you some mules for that shit.
Yeah. We didn't have the acreage for big horses or cows or anything. But we had 11 goats. We had 13 sled dogs. We had about 50 pigeons, about 15 chickens, 2 pigs.
What'd you have the pigeons for?
The pigeons were just to watch. They were the falling pigeons. You ever seen those? They fly up and then they float their wings back and they just flutter down to earth. And just before they hit the earth, they fly back up and they start doing it again. They just start falling out of the air. It's the most amazing thing you've ever seen. But yeah, a lot of them got taken out by falcons and hawks up there because we were way up by the pass. Yeah. So they got taken out by a lot of falcons and hawks. Took most of them out, and then our chickens were taken out by bobcats mostly. We had geese too. They were all taken out by bobcats. But the billy goat, however, he protected the herd of goats. I remember one time chasing coyotes out in the middle of the night, going out to the flashlight because I heard them making noise. And there's coyotes running away, and he was just right on their tail, man. You know?
I'm forgetting right now.
Oh, Billy Goat got a hard head now.
Yes, he does. He was a big boy, too. He was a big good billy goat. But
guys, I reckon I'm about to get ready to call it a night.
All right. Night.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're at the 2.5-hour mark. We're gonna shoot it in the ass. We will see you tomorrow. Well, see you tomorrow, and and then we will see some of y'all tomorrow, Saturday, maybe pop up live birthday party. All right,
right on.
Well, for a birthday song.
Sounds good.
We're gonna sing "Happy Birthday" live, and then
yeah,
nice.
We're gonna shoot Roman candles up in the air, and then run away.
Roman candles.
Hell yeah, Roman candles.
It's against the law because it's a no burn thing in Ohio.
Oh yeah.
Angie got her a stitch cake.
Oh shit. We're gonna smash her face in a cake.
No,
she'll beat the shit out of me.
Yeah. The cake costs as much as her boots.
Yeah. But all right, I can't reach the button. Peace out, everybody. See you on tomorrow.
See y'all.
Good night, everybody.
Peace, everyone.
Later.
Billy life, yeah, we fighting tonight. From the hood to the country, we're shining bright. Grinding and climbing, we're reaching for the sky. Hood Billy life, we're gonna fly. Born in the boondocks, and I wasn't a saint. Hung out under the stars, but I needed more than that. Hated where I came from, just changed so now. I'm holding on to my roots, yeah, chasing my passion. I'm knocking on doors, make moves in the streets, chilling in the hood, hustling and grinding, searching for no good. Made mistakes in my time, learned my lessons, now I'm wise. Striving for better, chasing my prize. Never giving up, even when times are tough. Cause now I'm on a mission, I'm gonna make it up. From the city lights to the country nights. A heart that's torn, but with a spirit that fights. A mix of cultures, a blend of styles. Hood Billy life, we're gonna make it loud. From the city lights to the country nights. A heart that's healed with a spirit that shines. Learning from mistakes, growing stronger. Hood Billy life, we're moving forward forever. Born in the boondocks, and I wasn't a saint. Hung out under the stars. Born in the boondocks, and I wasn't a saint. Hung out under the stars. But I needed more than that, hated where I came from. Shit's changed though, now I'm holding on to moves. Yeah, chasing my roots, yeah, chasing my passion. I'm knocking on doors, make moves in the streets, chilling in the hood, hustling and grinding, searching for no good. Made mistakes, did my time, learned my lessons, now I'm wise. Striving for better, chasing my prize. Never giving up, even when times are tough. Cause now I'm on a mission, I'm gonna make it up. From the city lights to the country nights, a heart that's torn but with a spirit that fights. A mix of cultures, a blend of styles. Good Billy life, we're gonna make it mild. From the city lights to the country nights, a heart that's healed with a spirit that shines. Learning from mistakes, growing stronger. Good Billy life, we're moving forward, forever. Good Billy life, we're moving forward, forever. Good Billy life, we're moving forward, forever.